and to this moment. If you're listening to this, perhaps you're curious about the rhythm of an ordinary day, or maybe you're looking for a sense of calm. For the next 20 minutes, I'm going to talk you through a single day, my typical day, from the moment I wake until the moment I sleep. You can just listen, or perhaps close your eyes. There's nothing you need to do but be here. Pause for 3 seconds. It begins in the quiet. My eyes open, and for the first few moments I don't move. The light is soft. The world outside is still waking up, and my mind is a blank page. This is my first and perhaps most important practice. I do not reach for my phone. I simply lie there, and I breathe. I feel the weight of my body on the mattress, the texture of the sheets. I think of one single thing I am looking forward to today. It doesn't have to be grand. A perfect cup of coffee. A scheduled call with a friend. The way the light hits a certain wall in the afternoon. This small intention is like setting a compass for the day ahead. Then, I sit up. My feet find the floor, and the day officially begins. Music or sound fades in subtly. Very soft, ambient, calming tones. It continues quietly under the voice for the next several minutes. The first hour is about foundation. It's a series of small, non-negotiable acts of care. I walk to the kitchen and drink a full glass of water, feeling it refresh my system. Then, I'll spend maybe 5 or 10 minutes moving my body, not a workout. Just gentle stretches, reaching for the ceiling, touching my toes, rolling my shoulders. It's less about exercise, and more about reminding my body that it's alive, shaking off the stillness of sleep. And then, the ritual. The coffee. I love the sound of the beans grinding, the smell that fills the kitchen. While it brews, I stand in the silence. When it's ready, I hold the warm mug in both hands, and I just look out the window. I watch a bird on a branch, or the leaves moving in the wind. I sip slowly. I don't plan or problem solve. I just exist with that cup. Sometimes, I'll open a notebook and write down 3 things I feel grateful for. Other times, I'll read a few pages of a book, something uplifting or inspiring. This entire morning space, maybe 45 minutes in total, is a buffer between the quiet of sleep and the demands of the world. It is my anchor. Pause for 4 seconds. Sound of a gentle chime or soft transition sound. By 9 a.m. I'm at my desk. The energy shifts now, from reflective to focused. But I don't just dive in. First, I open a notebook, a physical one, and I write down the date. Then I ask myself, if I could only accomplish 3 things today, what would make the day feel successful? I write those 3 things down. This is my map. It prevents me from being pulled in a dozen directions. With my map drawn, I begin. I use a simple timer. For the next 50 minutes, my phone is in another room. I work on one thing, and one thing only. If another thought or task pops into my head, I jot it on a scrap piece of paper to deal with later. For those 50 minutes, I am fully immersed. The world narrows to the task at hand. Music/soundscape subtly shifts to something slightly more focused but still calm. And when the timer rings, I stop. I actually stop. I get up. I walk to the kitchen, get more water, look out that window again. I might step outside for 1 minute and feel the air on my face. This 10-minute break is a commandment, not a suggestion. It allows my brain to reset. Then, the timer starts again. Another 50-minute sprint. This cycle, focus and rest, is the engine of my morning. It creates a rhythm that is both productive and sustainable, preventing the frantic, scattered feeling that comes from trying to do everything at once. By around 1 p.m., I can feel a natural dip in my energy. My brain signals it's low on fuel. And so, I listen. I close the laptop. The focused work block is over. Sound of a chair pushing back, footsteps. Lunch is a true reset. I make something simple and nourishing, and I eat it away from my desk. Always. I might listen to a podcast or some music, but often, I just eat in silence, truly tasting the food. This is a complete separation from the world of output. After I eat, I almost always go for a short walk. Just 15 or 20 minutes around the neighborhood. No purpose, no destination. I notice the colors of the houses, the shapes of the clouds, the feel of the pavement under my shoes. This movement and fresh air is like hitting a refresh button on my mind. It washes away the mental clutter of the morning. The afternoon is for different tasks. Lighter work, admin, emails, organizing, meetings that require less intense concentration. It's a gentler pace. And I have a firm rule. By 5:30 p.m., I am done. To make it official, I have a tiny ritual. I tidy my desk, straighten the keyboard, close all the computer windows, and make a quick, rough list for tomorrow. Then, I might literally say to myself, work is finished. It sounds silly, but it tells my brain it's safe to switch modes. Sound of a deep, releasing breath, music/soundscape shifts back to the original softer ambient tone. And now, the evening unfolds. This time belongs not to my job, but to me, to life. It might be a proper workout, or it might be time with a creative project, writing, drawing, tinkering with something. Or it might be absolutely nothing productive at all. A long call with a family member. Watching a documentary. The rule here is simple. It must feel like living, not like producing. Dinner is another mindful point. I enjoy the process of chopping vegetables, the sizzle in the pan. It's another small meditation. After we eat, I clean the kitchen right away. I've learned that future me is always profoundly grateful to present me for this single act. Pause for 5 seconds. As the night deepens, so does the quiet. About an hour before I plan to sleep, I begin the wind down. This is as deliberate as the morning routine. My phone is plugged in to charge in another room. The blue light and endless scroll are banished. I might take a warm shower. I'll certainly read a book. A real physical book, usually fiction, to transport my mind somewhere else. Or I'll do some very gentle, slow stretching on the floor, listening to my breath. This is a technology-free sanctuary of calm. It's a signal to my nervous system that the day is ending, that it's time to rest and restore. And finally, I return to bed. I might write one last sentence in my journal, one good thing from today. It bookends the morning's intention with evening's gratitude. Then, the light goes off. I lie in the dark, the same way I started. The cycle is complete. A simple day, built not on grand achievements, but on small, consistent rituals. Rituals of focus, of rest, of presence. They are the architecture of a peaceful life. Thank you for spending this day with me. May your own days be filled with gentle rhythms and purposeful pauses. Sound of a final, soft breath out. Music fades out slowly over 10 seconds.